Oh, I forgot to. Hold on. Go ahead, babe. Talk.
Oh, let's see. I'm not talking to anybody, so
Oh,
be
there's
crazy.
nobody there. Okay. Should I go ahead and let people know?
Let them know. Hello.
Hi, guys. Sorry, we're late.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, go ahead.
We spent hours listening to testimony and viewing videos and reading about this case. Then we try to condense it to information that is easier to understand and is more relevant to the case. And often testimonies can get long, lost them,
Oh, we did.
and boring,
I wonder if it's the internet, possibly.
possibly.
Oh, shoot.
And it's made too technical by high dollar attorneys. They seem to purposely drag out the testimonies. They can often be very, very boring.
I need to go ahead and go on my community too and post it.
Our goal is to, should I continue?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, our goal is to trim the fat and get to the meat and to encourage the listeners to join us in the conversation. Today we heard from Mallory Beach's family attorney, Mark Tinsley. She was a young lady who died in the accident. We also heard from Alex and Maggie's housekeeper, Bianca Haas. We heard from Miss Libby Murdaugh's caregiver, Belinda Rast, and Michael Wild, special agent for the FBI. He's the head of the Cellular Security Division survey team. And Nathan Tutton, a friend of Paul's, and he worked for Alex.
My internet's not working. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay, it did. It just now worked. Okay, now I gotta get the, hold on. I gotta get the link. See, look, every time I try to go in, look what it does. It's, okay. I gotta get the link for this. Share. Unauthorized changes blocked. Okay, let's go here. Yeah. And now I need to put you on there, right? Tag you.
Yeah.
See if it went through. Come on. Oh wow. Hi, weirdo. What you doing,
Weirdo.
baby? Hi, honey.
We've been
you
waiting
doing?
on you.
Yeah, we've been waiting on you. What you been doing, weirdo? Are you waiting for the, or ready for the Chiefs or what?
How much are the Chiefs going to win by? 3-page essay. That's nothing. I did a 12-page essay today. Yours was probably better arranged than mine.
Okay, it's on your page now.
Let's go, Chiefs.
Heck yeah. Hey, guess what? Sunday I'm going to be by myself and he's not getting home until like probably 4 or 5. But he said the game's not going to start until like
Isn't it going to start about 6?
About like 6, he said. Okay, next I need to go to my community page.
She even gets on live and talks to herself.
Yes, I do. I can't help it. I like talking to myself.
Starts at 5:36. Good.
Okay. Now I need to go to my community page. I'm just going to say y'all were live. Y'all, we are live.
Caitlin, are you ready to hear about the Murdaugh case?
Have you listened to any of it? Hi. Hi, whoever's in here. I don't know what this is. Poor Caitlin.
Okay, well, we'll tell you. Let me see that intro.
Okay.
Wait a minute, it's here.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
here.
okay.
Okay, I'm going to start over. We spend hours listening to testimony and viewing videos and reading about this case. Then we try to condense the information and do our best to take out information that's irrelevant. Often testimonies become long, boring, technical, and they're made that way by high dollar attorneys. They seem to purposely do this, and it can often be very tiring. I started to scream several times today. Our goal is to trim the fat and get to the meat, and to encourage the listeners to join in with us in the conversation.
Okay, Professor.
Professor, thank you.
Wow.
Today we heard from Mallory Beach family attorney Mark Tinsley. Mallory was a young lady that died in the boating accident. We heard from Alex and Maggie's housekeeper, Bianca Haas. We heard from Miss Libby Murdaugh's caregiver, Belinda Rost. Matthew Wild, special agent for the FBI. And Nathan Tootin, a friend of Paul's who worked for Alex.
Okay, Caitlin. Alex is known. They think that he actually murdered his family, his son and his wife, and he's on trial right now. So it's like a big giant case. Have you heard of it? Alex Murdaugh. His son was like 19, and supposedly he shot him.
Yeah, it is real outrageous. It's very interesting. His family, his great grandfather founded a law firm there in South Carolina. It's the largest law firm in South Carolina. These people were well thought of, very, very wealthy. This man got into embezzling money, buying and selling drugs. Um, they're saying before it's all over with that he'll have embezzled $20 million. And it just goes on and on. He's got conspirators. He's got all kinds of people that he's drug into this, and it's a pretty sad deal. Today we're going to go over the testimonies today, and the first person that testified today, his name was Mark Tinsley, and he's the attorney for the Mallory Beach family. She was a young lady that was killed in a boat accident.
Hi, Amanda. Glad to see her here.
3 days before the hearing for the motion to compel the murders took place, and motion to compel was, yeah, she was good. She was very good. A motion to compel, what it amounted to was they had asked Alex Murdaugh for his financial records, and he refused to give them. So the motion to compel was going to force him to give up his records, how much money he had, and never happened because Maggie and Paul were both murdered, and so it was canceled. One thing he did say today, and you know, he had testimony, but his testimony, we tried just to get to the meat of it. But one thing he did say, that Alex had never been charged with these murders, that any case against him would have went up in smoke, and that people would have had sympathy for him, and would have never uh, found him liable.
Right. That's right. Want me to go?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, and 2009, I guess what had happened is somebody had came to their house and poured what it was, it diesel, like gasoline or something like
It
that,
was Diesel
around their house, and was trying to burn down their house
with them in it.
with them in it. That was one thing that was. Oh, hmm. Oh, and they actually said it was arson, and no one was ever charged with it. So that was something that's really bizarre. Yeah, that was strange, huh? Oh, you guys. Okay, I gotta tell y'all this. Okay. Um, Paul, when he was shot, Amanda, did you hear about when Paul was shot to his chest? You know, that was the first shot. And then the second shot was they ran up close and basically shot him in the face.
Yeah, the first shot was not life threatening.
Right.
So, like we've talked about. Um, so he was hurt. And
Stumbling
he
around.
probably
Probably.
looked right into the eyes of the person that shot him in the head.
Yeah. And if it's his dad, I mean, come on. He's stumbling around with his chest wound. And then his dad runs up to him and shoots him in the face. Very close shot to the face.
And really, that's you skip.
Okay. Yeah. I guess Bianca was, oh, the housekeeper. Yeah.
Yeah,
She went on and on and on.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys.
She was a good witness.
Yeah, she was a very good witness. Okay. Okay, so I guess she had spoke to Maggie in the morning, and Maggie told her, Alex wants me to come home. He wants me to go with him to see his father. Did you see that, Amanda? What is this 4th of July celebration?
Oh,
Was that something separate?
No, she was. The reason is she didn't really want to go is because she was planning a 4th of July celebration. She was preparing the beach house.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember that being said. Yeah. Yeah, and I guess she was preparing for the 4th of July and she didn't want to go, but oh yeah, and another thing too is Maggie had told Bianca that she was worried about Alex. Oh, because he needed to take care of himself. Do you know any more than that?
No, that's basically she was worried about him and his health.
Yeah.
One thing to point out though was that she told Bianca that Alex told Paul to come home too.
Yeah. Another thing too that I remember was said that, she was worried about his health, and every time, there'd be something wrong with Alex, mom or dad, they would call Alex to run over there and see what was going on. So he wasn't getting any sleep or anything. So he was completely exhausted and he wasn't taking care of himself.
Exactly. He tries to he tries to intimidate the people who work for him, and without saying you say this, it's pretty obvious what he's saying is lie for him.
Okay, do we need to talk about the shirt?
Sure.
The shirt issue? Okay. So what had happened was Bianca had noticed that his shirt collar was sticking out, you know.
Hey,
And
let's
this,
get it. Glad to see you.
hi. But anyways, his shirt collar was sticking out, and Bianca was like, come here and let me fix it, you know. Oh, okay. Is it in there? And anyways, he came over there and she fixed it and stuff. And I guess later on, what after the murders?
Yeah, it was after the murders. I think it was a couple weeks after the murders. He was talking about, he was concerned about this video. And he said, I was wearing that shirt and
He was implying.
intimidating her when she had fixed his collar, knew that he wasn't wearing that shirt that day.
He was trying to talk her, brainwash her into thinking that he was wearing that same shirt that was in the video of him, right? And that morning, she had fixed his collar, so she remembered exactly what shirt he was wearing that day. So she knew that he was trying to con her, right? Um, oh, this. Oh, Maggie had told her earlier that she was worried about money and the lawsuit. Yeah, and the
Thank you,
lawsuit
Amanda Sue.
from the boat accident. Um, $30 million. That's a big amount. 30 million bucks. So thank you, Amanda. Thank you. Yeah, but she was worried about that $30 million from the boat accident, and it's really stressing her out. You know, she told Bianca, she said, we don't have that kind of money, you know. So she was stressed out, you know. And she said too that Alex doesn't tell me everything, you know. Thank you so much, Amanda. We appreciate it. Um, oh yeah, and another thing too, guys. Oh my gosh, yeah. Did you see them fighting today like crazy? Wasn't that insane? It's like put the boxing gloves on. I was like, whoa. I mean, it's like throw them in a ring, huh? It was. It was insane. But anyways, Bianca, she also testified to that video, the voices that were on the video. She said it was Alex and Paul and Maggie on the video. So, I mean, there's been plenty. He's pled not guilty to it. He's pled not guilty, but I mean, the evidence is like stacking up. I mean, there's so much evidence and it's making him look very guilty. I mean, there's phone pings from his phone. There's stuff from his vehicle, them tracking his vehicle, you know, um, guns, you know. Caitlin asked if he pled guilty or not. Yeah. But see, that's the thing too. If he doesn't get convicted for this, there's like 100 different charges from him being embezzling and fraud and all kinds of stuff. So they said something like 150 years he could spend in prison just alone on those charges. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And let's speculate for a minute.
let's talk about Nathan too. You want to talk about Nathan? Do I got Nathan?
No, I've got,
Okay.
you're way ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, what I was thinking about is just this,
What I was thinking with this is like what we talked about. Okay, we have all kinds of theories, and you know, Alex does look pretty guilty, but he gets emotional when they talk about Paul. He gets very emotional. He's several people said that they were like best friends. Of course, several people always said that him and Maggie are close. Um, throw this theory out to you. We talked about it. Alex was there. We know that. Okay. It's been proven he was there, but they haven't put the gun in his hand. Did Alex witness the murder of Maggie and Paul? And it was someone that was after him, and that perhaps they had threatened to kill Buster and his other family members because of someone that he'd stole money from? I doubt it, but it's a theory.
Yeah, it's a
Two
theory.
guns. Two guns don't make sense.
Right. Why would there be two guns? Why would he use two guns to murder somebody? Murder two people? I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, and I doubt that too, Amanda Sue. I doubt it, but it's just
A theory.
a theory. I'm in my gut, you know, I'm 95% sure the man's guilty, but I don't understand the two guns. That's a real just puzzling to me.
And where did they go?
And if he was there and he did kill one of them, was someone with him that killed Paul? Was Paul not supposed to be there down at the kennels?
He invited Maggie to the kennels.
Well, he invited her to the house.
Oh, to the
and,
house.
and
I'm sorry.
left a message for Paul to come too.
Hmm.
I don't know.
He did leave a message.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okie doke. I don't know. Oh, she testified about a conversation with Alex about a month after the murders. Oh, okay. This is about the video. I've already done this, Dave. What's this? She went to see Alex.
Oh, this guy, Caitlin, this guy is such a narcissist. He's not going to plead guilty to anything. He won't admit to anything. I mean, this is the most creative writers couldn't write a story like this. This guy is something else. And he thinks he's so smart he can do anything. I mean, he stole close to $20 million.
Who's this? What'd she say?
He just said, "No, I don't know why he didn't just plead guilty."
Yeah. I don't know either because he's got all those other charges anyways. You know it. Okay, Bianca too, y'all. The next morning of the murder, she talked to Alex and stuff. She went over there to comfort him and comfort him and Buster. And she asked him, she said, "What can I do for you guys? I'll do anything." And he said, "Okay." He said, "Go ahead and go over to Mazel, and I want you to," what'd you say?
She says it's difficult because he's a lawyer. He knows how most things other people don't know, especially how to get away with murder.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Let's get it. The financial crimes are bleeding into the murder, and they're not connected. Well, maybe not connected, but and I'm not an Alec Murdaugh fan by no means, but I think it was a big mistake to let them use testimony about the financial crimes in a murder trial. Um, and I think that was a mistake legally, and that might be grounds for an appeal.
Yes, I think possibly too. Okay, Bianca had went over to comfort Alex and Buster, and yeah, and she said, what do you want me to do? And Alex said, just go over to the house and make it like Maggie would want it. Make the house like Maggie would want it. And so she went over to the house, Mazel, and she'd what was it? Walked into the bathroom. There was a puddle of water on the floor and a towel and some
Yeah.
khakis
That he'd wore to work
that he wore to work that morning. And yeah, the towel was damp, so it looked like he got a shower. Rinsed off, got a shower. Well,
Also found the damp towel in the closet too.
yeah, in the closet. Y'all, see, I thought it was in the other bathroom, but it was actually in the closet. Like he dried off in the closet too. So I guess he supposedly used two towels.
And also there was a clean T-shirt that was knocked off the shelf that was on the floor, like he'd reached up and grabbed a clean T-shirt, knocked that one off, and didn't pick it up.
Yeah. Did you notice too in her testimony, she talked about places where he had clothes at? He had them at his office. He had them at this other little
Well, he
place.
moved the clothes at that other house. That was after the murder. He didn't go back to Moselle, and she stocked his clothes and stuff over at the little guest house.
Okay, did she not mention one other place that his clothes were other than the office before um before the little house like that? Did she mention one more place?
Not that I know of. I don't.
It seems like there was one more place.
Yeah, the law enforcement really did fumble.
Oh God, they
And
did.
I'll tell you, while
It
we're talking
was
about
terrible.
her, think about this: less than 12 hours before the murder, or less than 12 hours after the murder, um, she went over to clean up the house,
Washed the clothes.
washed the clothes. Nobody was there. She washed those trousers. She washed those. I mean, she didn't know. Washed those towels. Picked up. Uh,
She had no clue she was
yeah.
messing with a crime scene. She didn't know any better. She washed his khakis, you know. Ooh,
She's
she's
the
the
accomplice.
accomplice.
I
You guys heard of Eddie yet?
Yeah. Have you heard of the hillbilly hitman?
Yeah, Eddie.
And we're going
That's
to.
coming soon.
Yeah. And I'm kind of jumping ahead to the ending there, but talking about accomplices. Um, we were going to tonight, but we got involved in this other stuff and spent all day on this. So our research isn't done yet. But we're going to get into the accomplices, co-conspirators
Yeah.
in the financial crimes. Tomorrow night we'll be here at 8 o'clock, uh, and we'll go over that. And as we were just discussing stuff and looking at notes today, um, she found another co-conspirator in the financial stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes on. And this guy's a thug. I mean, a thug.
Yep.
And he's been indicted.
Yep. Um. Oh, this lady. Remember this little lady?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Amanda, did you watch Belinda Rast, the little housekeeper lady?
No, she's not a housekeeper. She's a caregiver.
Oh, caregiver. I'm sorry, caregiver for Miss Libby. Oh, we know her. Oh, Paul's relationship. Yeah.
Wasn't she a sweet little lady?
So I guess she testified that Paul's relationship with his grandparents. She stated that Paul visited his grandparents more than anyone. Um, that he had a really calming effect on Miss Libby.
Oh, Krispy Kreme, yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
They took Mr. Randolph to Krispy Kreme raspberry donuts.
Yeah. I guess she had also mentioned that in the last 5 years, Alex stopped by in the evening, possibly 6 or 7 times in the evening. Otherwise, he would normally come by during the day. June 6, 2021, Maggie and Alex,
That's the Krispy Kreme donuts.
yeah, took his father, his favorite donuts, around 9 p.m. at night. Um, oh, yeah, the prosecutor asked her, what was it? Did you give a statement saying it was very strange for Alex to come by in the evening? She said, no. I said it was unusual. So it's like, I don't know, the prosecutor tried to make it look worse than what it really
Right, than what
was,
she said. That one of Alex tricks.
Yeah. I hate that when they do that.
The next thing that we're going to look at is Matthew Wild. He's special agent for the FBI.
Do I got that one? Oh, okay.
Um,
Sorry.
he's head of the cellular survey team. He testified that towers aren't exact but accurate. But he also said that iPhone GPSs are very accurate within a few feet of accuracy. Um, Paul's phone on 6/7/21 at 8:38, Paul was at the dog kennel. At 8:44 p.m., Paul made the video that we've all seen. And at 8:48, that was the last time that Paul's phone was used. Maggie's phone at 8:05. And the neat thing about this is there is a tower in front of the house, and there is a tower behind the kennel, so you can tell which tower the phone hit off of. And then plus the GPS, the iPhone GPS. But at 8:05, Maggie was at the house. At 8:39, Maggie was at the dog kennel. Now here's the most interesting one. We know where Paul and Maggie were beyond a shadow of a doubt because they both were murdered there. Alex phone, 8:30 p.m. He was at the house. At 8:39, he was at the dog kennel. That's why his voice was heard on the video that was made at 8:44 by Paul. At 9:12, he goes to Mazzell Road. So he goes up past the house to the main road, makes a phone call. They did not say who he called. From 9:20 to 9:45, calls were made between his house and his mother's home. Again, at 9:52, there's calls made as he's heading away from his mother's home toward their home. At 10:06, he makes a 911 call from the dog kennel area. And then at 10:17, another call, 911 call from near the house. He kind of tells a story, really.
Yeah.
He was there.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't put the gun in his hand, but he was there. Nathan Tutton. This kid. Did any of you see Nathan's testimony? He's an amazing young man. He's smart. He's blunt and to the point, and he takes no prisoners. And when the attorney would try to put words in his mouth, he would correct them. And he answered all of his questions really good. But Alex, he worked for Alex part-time at the law firm, and he also was a very good friend of Paul's. He always felt like he was part of the family. Amanda did see his testimony.
Yeah.
Just a sharp young man. But Alex used to send him to go to the bank and cash checks regularly. And the prosecutor asked Nathan, said, do you remember some of the people who would be in the office when you would bring the cash back to Alex? And he replied, Corey Fleming, and the chief police. I remember them being there. Now we're going to talk about Corey Fleming tomorrow night. Here's another guy that uh, has no halo. He is a crooked lawyer, and a really good friend of Alex Murdaugh, and he's also Buster's godfather. Um, but two weeks before the murders happened, Alex stopped sending Nathan the cash checks. 3 weeks after Paul and Maggie's murder, Alex had asked Nathan to give him a ride to the airport, and they were visiting on the way to the airport. And Alex had made the comment, um, "We can now clear up this boat accident case, and I could clear Paul's name." So it's, what did
Not
he
yet.
what did he mean by that?
Not yet, Amanda. No, we haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, as far as which one was killed first.
I wonder if they're going to be able to tell.
Probably not, because they were both murdered, simultaneously.
Right.
So they were both murdered within minutes, maybe seconds. We think, we talked about this before. We think that Paul was murdered first, and there's some circumstantial evidence
Yeah.
that would lead you to believe that. I believe that Paul was killed first, and here's why. There was footprints. It appeared to be a woman's footprint, a shoe, either the shoes Maggie was wearing or similar. Here's our theory. Whoever shot him, they killed Paul first. Maggie ran because there's farm equipment, some tractors and stuff there. And there's footprints going back and forth like someone was
Running back
and forth
from the machinery.
And the prints will go this way and then they'll come this way, like they were in there trying to maneuver around to hide.
Yeah.
And coming out from back there, outside, it would make sense that when they come out and ran, that she would be approximately 80 to 100 feet from where Paul was killed, and that's where she was at. So that's speculation, but I think it has something to it.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's no scientific evidence,
Exactly.
but I think it's pretty.
So, Amanda, do you think he's guilty? There's
This trial was supposed to go about 3 weeks, and today was day 15,
cute.
and the defense hasn't even testified yet.
It's gonna be going for a while.
I am curious and anxious to see how you can defend him. I really am, because that's tough, because
I don't see any way possible.
I don't either, but lawyers are unbelievable.
Yeah.
They.
I guess they're a lot smarter than us. That's why they go to school, huh?
Well, I don't know if it's smart.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Yeah, I don't.
That's what he said sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard sometimes because it's like this other information comes up and it's like, a reasonable doubt kind of thing. It's like, what?
It's amazing to me how one human being could fool so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get into this tomorrow night with co-conspirators in the financial scheme. But he could take, not only could he take a person that didn't have a lot of intelligence and wrap them around his finger, he could take someone that was super intelligent and super
Do
successful.
you want to discuss that a tiny bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, and we'll go more of this tomorrow night, but he took a friend of his who is a CEO of a bank, got him to help him uh, with illegal activity to get money. This man is now facing 30 years in prison and $1 million fine.
Yeah.
We'll talk tomorrow night about Corey Fleming. Corey Fleming is a crooked lawyer. By everything we see, Corey actually started his embezzling money before Alex did. So, and they were really good friends.
Mhm.
So,
There's a
me,
lot of people involved in this
oh,
mess.
and I mean, from the people in high places of power that had wonderful jobs
To poor people.
to poor people to thugs.
Yeah. I mean, the list goes on and on
It
of
does.
people he's used.
But you know, we talked about it too, about everybody talked well today in testimony today by Bianca, is that her name?
Right, Bianca.
They asked her, said, what did you see the relationship between Maggie and Alex like? And she said, Maggie was his all.
So, I mean, right there,
I mean,
what do you believe? If he was that in love with her, he was that obsessed with her, how could he do what he did to her? Right, Amanda?
and if he was angry with Paul over the boat accident, why didn't anybody see that? And like you said, as many good friends as Paul had, don't you think he would have said something to him?
Exactly.
You know, my dad's really ticked at me over this.
Yep.
We haven't seen any of that.
I guess we'll see what's coming, y'all. You know it? We're going to see what the defense has pretty soon, I bet.
Yeah, exactly. We've said that too.
Yep.
Yeah, he worshipped money. He probably loved and adored
His wife.
Maggie and Paul, but he loved money more. He worshipped money.
He knew he was going down. He was going to be exposed. And maybe Maggie would be the one to expose him too. And Paul, possibly. Yeah.
But you know, some things that really stick at you is like just kind of stings is that statement. Well, we can put all this boat lawsuit behind us now.
Yeah. He wanted to clear Paul's
Paul's
name.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. And he'd mentioned, I mean, I don't know. It sounded weird to me at first. But then the more I looked at it, it's like, well, that does kind of make sense. Wanting your kid to his name to be.
But his name can't be cleared.
Why?
know. He made a stupid mistake. I mean, once you make a mistake, you can't take it back.
Right.
You know, he made the mistake of drinking alcohol and operating a boat, and it was an accident. He didn't mean to kill anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't clear it. You can't make it go away.
I don't think he was talking about that. I think he may have been actually talking about making it seem like he wasn't a piece of crap, maybe. What do you think?
I don't know.
Because, I mean,
But, you know, we talked about that too. I mean, you listen to the grandmother's caregiver, and you listen to everybody else, and, you know, Paul was just a kid. He made a stupid mistake. But besides that, if you put that aside, and people are really giving him a hard time, and the guy's dead, he was a good kid.
yeah, he
Was
loved
he?
his grandparents.
He was spoiled.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was out of control when he drank.
He had a drinking problem.
You know, we've all made mistakes, and Fortunately, we haven't hurt somebody in a way like that, but we could have. We've all been crazy. Not
Right.
all of us, but most of us. And
When we were 19, like he
exactly,
was.
exactly.
What, he did it a couple years prior to that?
He was
17 maybe?
17 or 18, 17, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
Um, but he made a mistake. But, people are saying what a rotten human being he was. Well, no, he's a kid. He's just a silly kid, made a silly mistake. Um, and he was going to pay for it the rest of his life because that stuff like that follows you.
Yeah.
Um, I know a kid that several years ago, he was my age, and he'd been drinking, which we all had done that, or most of us. And he was driving, and he swerved over because he was impaired and hit this lady head on, killed her. That's been 45 years ago, and it still haunts him.
Okay. Good night. Let's get it.
Take care. See you tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock,
Yeah, we'll be here.
but we won't be here Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Go Chiefs.
go Chiefs.
Go Eagles. Well, you got anything else?
No, I can't think of anything else.
Marvin and Dre.
Oh gosh. You know what? She is one sneaky lady. You know what? That woman is so sneaky. She's such a snake. And have you noticed everyone saying that she was cleared? She was cleared. Did you notice that? Did you notice YouTubers saying she was cleared? Did you watch Plunder by any chance?
Body cam.
Okay, well, if you go back and you look at my videos, you'll see that Dre McRae gave Marvon so many different kinds of drugs. She did it all on video. She recorded herself doing all this stuff. Pushing drugs in his face, getting Ativan. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Hello. What?
Why do you have my voice?
Why do you have mine? What you doing, girl?
Okay, this is out of my pay grade.
Okay. Thank you for your assistance, sir. Yeah, but if you go back and look at the videos, Dre, she took so many drugs. She gave him so many drugs. She pushed kratom in his face constantly. Yeah, he was having seizures like crazy. You know why? Because she took him off freaking Xanax or Ativan. He went through withdrawals. Exactly right. Yep, definitely. And then she was sneaking over the border, getting drugs, bringing them back. She was feeding him all these different things, trying to get him to stop having seizures and stuff. Not taking him to the hospital. Yeah, I do too. I mean, she may not have put that rope around his neck, like they're all saying, but that doesn't mean she's not responsible for drugging him, introducing him to kratom, Ativan, Xanax. You know, you got to see the one about the foot bath thing. She made him a foot bath, right? She left. She came back and she said, "Well, did you do your foot bath?" And he said, "I drank it." She's like, "You drank it?" He's like, "Yeah, I drank it." She pushed it in front of him and said, "Well, drink the rest." A foot bath. Yeah. I mean, she's a mess. A mess. And that's the thing. She went offline. Um, what I heard was people were after her. They were actually stalking her, finding her, um, after her. So she decided to go completely offline, hiding. And of course, she didn't want the parents to know anything about Marvon. You know that, don't you? You should watch the videos. I mean, it's just that girl. I mean, so many people hated her. And I mean, in some of the videos too, you can tell. I mean, she even said people were after her, you know. Well, look what you did to your husband. You almost killed him. And she said too, she said he may have took too much kratom. Well, bitch, you're the one that introduced him. I'm sorry. Oops. I said bummer. Yeah, definitely. Definitely true. Hey, what are you doing, gamer chick? Yeah. Yeah. Them having to live with that crazy person. And I heard she was giving the kids the stuff too, the kratom. You know, people use that kratom to to for withdrawal from opioids. Do you know that? Yeah. It stops the withdrawal symptoms. It's kind of like taking gabapentin, you know? Yeah. I mean, and it seems like she would just mix anything up and give it to her kids and give it to her husband. You know, she didn't give a shit what it was. You know, she didn't care. Bizarre. But hey, girl, I am going to get off here, Amanda. And anybody else who's in here. And I'll be back on tomorrow night. Oh, no. Damn. You guys can call or text me. Let me know what happened. I want to know. I'm nosy. Amanda, I'll see you tomorrow night. Kaylin, you want to video call me or something? Oh shit, my phone sucks. Oh no. Oh man. That's messed up. Inside his house alone? Or oh my god. Where'd she go? Did she go somewhere and leave him? Oh shit. Oh my god. So you had to call the cops? Wow. Did they take the child away? Oh my god. What the hell? Oh, that poor baby. Is the girl home now? Upstairs with the neighbor? What the hell? Leanne. Were they doing drugs or something? No. Leanne? Oh no. Oh no. This is my mom. Oh, oops. Mom, I gotta get off here. Oh, okay. Oops. Mom, message me.